Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Ride Concepts Accomplice and Helien. This is my first experience with Ride Concepts, but my good friend Todd has been running the Helien for a while and he's a big advocate. So I was excited to check him out. Before we get into it, please subscribe. I'm hoping to hit 10,000 subscribers before Crankworks. Also, if you're looking to pick some of these up, Jensen USA has many of them in stock right now. And I do have more affiliate links down below, so check those out. Lastly, I may need a new bike. What do you think? Jensen USA has some crazy deals on closeout score bikes. I've never ridden one before, but should I just throw caution to the wind? Drop a comment below. Let's start with Todd's favorite, the Helien. So this guy has been completely redesigned and is Ride Concepts' go-to for all mountain riding. I really like the look of this shoe and how it compares to some of my favorite old shoes. You have this asymmetric upper, which as someone who has a tendency to steer their bike with their feet, this keeps my ankle bones protected. It's also a surprisingly lightweight and breathable shoe compared to some others I've worn. Riding in Moab this late in the spring, things are getting hot, and while the white helps, I was most surprised to feel some airflow through the Cordura mesh uppers. They still have a strong toe cap to help with impacts and utilize Ride Concepts clip grip rubber outsole. The Power Drive nylon shank is a level of stiffness that I think I prefer and just does a great job of power transfer while still allowing you to steer with your feet. Like most shoes, they also get your choice of BOA or traditional laces, clips or flat. The laces are my choice and I really like this ankle strap to tighten things down. I should also mention this elastic loop keeps your laces under control. They have D30 in the insole to help with those heavy landings and a nice 40mm long cleat box so you can get that cleat back far enough to have that balanced feel of a platform while still being locked in with a cleat. That covers just about everything, and while I mentioned some thoughts already, let's dive a little further into that. First off, fit. They still have a nice tight heel pocket while offering a generously sized toe box. I have a wideish forefoot and a higher instep. That isn't a huge issue, but has some fit quirks. I generally need the wider toe box, but it wasn't until I needed ankle braces that I noticed my instep. The Helien specifically works great with or without ankle braces. My old Shimano shoes were okay, but hurt after a while, and my most recent Fox Unions really didn't have enough room to be comfortable even on short rides. Overall performance-wise, I really liked the stiffness and didn't find them too laterally stiff to move around on the bike. I was also surprised and enjoyed how breathable they are. They do have more abrasion resistance with added TPU. These specifically have been scraped against rocks and are looking good, and should help with mud and debris as well. But the Accomplice is definitely cooler on a hot day. Lastly, walking around on steep rocks and with the running follow cam, the clip grip rubber and hexagon outsole with this reverse hex relief system seem to have plenty of grip. Ooh, that was killer control. Oh,
Blew it.
you blew it.
Blew it.
Let's get on to the Accomplice. At first glance, these do look pretty similar. They both can be laced or BOA, as well as flats or clips. One not so obvious feature is this lightweight nylon upper. It looks similar to the Helien, but is lighter, and I mentioned how the Helien was surprisingly good for airflow. The Accomplice takes that up a notch, and you can straight feel the breeze. So it may not hold up as well, but it definitely is lighter and does breathe better. We'll have to see how it holds up with some more time. These specific ones also obviously have a BOA. It's the first BOA I've had on a bike shoe, and so far I kind of like it. It works well and is easy to release. This one is the L6 BOA and has a little shield for durability and is also used as a textile lace rather than a wire. Other notable features are the sock style tongue with a big pull tab so they're easy to get on and off. Clip grip outsole, toe protection, EVA midsole, and the same 40mm long cleat box, and a slightly softer nylon shank for pedaling. So how do they fit? Well, the sock style slip tongue is maybe more comfortable for everyday riding, but it's harder to get on with ankle braces. The Accomplice has an overall more snug fit and feels like you lose room in the toe box. It's not a deal breaker for me, and similar to the Helien, you get a nice tight heel pocket. Pedal performance, they are softer than the Helien, and there's always going to be some preference there. But like the Helien, they have enough lateral flex that you can move around a bit to help with bike control. One issue I've had, and that killed my old Giro 2s, is that after some time, the shoe rounded around the pedal. Kind of arched. You can see it starting here on my Shimanos, but the Giro camber 2s I had earlier they got there faster, and I had to replace them because of it. The softer sole may not last as long, but only time will tell. I'll mention it once more, but the breathability of the Accomplice is super nice on hot days and long rides. Last thing I'll note for both shoes is the white mesh is nice for temperature and if you want them to stand out in a video, but it doesn't wipe off as nicely as some faux leather stuff I've seen. It's not something I really care about, but after blowing my shock last weekend in Whistler Bike Park, the Hellions got doused in suspension fluid, and I have attempted to clean the left shoe. We'll have to see how these hold up, and I may make a video on that once they do die, especially if it's an early death. Thanks for watching. Spring is here, subscribe so you don't miss out. If you need anything for yourself or your ride, check out the affiliate links below. Jensen USA, Rourke Apparel, and more. It's no additional cost to you and it greatly helps the channel. Now get out there, go fast and take chances. See you next week.